The Japanese internet is one of the most interesting places on the World Wide Web. The Japanese, for some reason, have been able to kind of integrate Web 1.0 kind of mentality with social web, which is Web 2.0, without Web 2.0 essentially overwhelming Web 1.0. The Japanese, generally speaking, are slower to kind of change their ways. Uh, their sites tend to be more traditional looking. As I said, though the Japanese language is a lot more complex in a way and requires kind of a different approach to how it's represented on screen. So, in Japan, there exists a very vibrant community of bloggers, celebrity bloggers, as you were just seeing right here. In America, it's very highly unlikely you would even have a celebrity who even has a blog that isn't on a, say, X or something, right? Or Threads, which is, nothing more than a kind of approach to copy Twitter or X. Um, in Japan, there are many blogs that go from like celebrities to the ordinary person who are just blogging about their daily lives. America, for a while in the 2000s, did have something like this, where you did have people who would blog about their daily lives, say on Blogger or say on other sites. There was something of a renaissance with it, with Tumblr, but Tumblr was too much of a Web 2.0 kind of property. A lot of people who just used Tumblr for, just cut and paste, didn't really care, didn't put a lot of effort. That's kind of what Tumblr really was. And I think that with Japan, you're seeing essentially Excite, right? Excite was a very popular company in the 1990s. It was a very popular web hub in the 1990s, search engine, as well as a place for people to make their own websites, much like, the very kind of famous GeoCities. So, as you can clearly see, you can see that, the site does implement many things you would see on WordPress, like tags, kind of rankings of blogs and whatnot and genres. And in Japan, this approach to blogging remains very popular. While WordPress may be popular in a sense in America, it's mostly used for making websites, not blogging. And this guy's site, Soul Eyes, it's about photography. And here's a photograph he put on there. In this day and age, you would just put that on Instagram. And there are Japanese people who do use Instagram, but there is still a market in Japan for having your own blog, your own site to express your kind of creativity, your own views. And also, a very important thing is, kind of these interviews with celebrities in Japan on these blogs. It's a very important part of Amoeba blog, as well as Excite blog, and other Japanese blogging platforms. So, based on my visit here, the one thing I did really like about it was the Japanese are still willing to, to write on the web, something that's being lost in form of kind of, just make a video on YouTube. But writing is a great thing, and I think we should see more of it in America.